Welcome to the show. You're watching Let's Talk right here on Ebru TV. And this is the time, like, you know what? We're actually singing along to that song because, ladies, we are on top. You are amazing. You are fantastic. You are great. Remember to continuously be giving those positive affirmations, letting yourself know how amazing you are and the people around you are. And men, you're not that bad as well. You're also good. You're great.
Not that bad.
But no, we definitely love and appreciate you so much. You are amazing. And we love the fact that if you could go ahead and interact with us on our social media, go ahead and do so. Ebru TV Kenya everywhere except for Facebook, which is Ebru TV KE. And you can still send us a message on our WhatsApp number 0777-672-230. I know most of you, today is your Friday because tomorrow is a holiday. Many of us don't have to go to work. Many of us are just going to be relaxing and everything. So I want to know, what are the weekend plans? What are you planning on doing on this long holiday? But for now, it's your girl, Ayuma Kaguli.
I am about to move to South Africa. People look at me and they tell me I look West African. I look South African. And now I've officially decided, okay, I'm going to be South African now. Like Elsa Majimbo, we are moving to South Africa. Hallelujah. I will tell you the reason in a little bit. I'm pretty just excited. It's been such a slow week for me, you know? Those struggle weeks where you literally need to be clawed out of bed and clawed into something. But again, I come here, I see my girls, I see you, and we talk, and I'm just like, yes, hallelujah. Welcome to the show. My name is Kathomi.
I am South African too, half South African and also Kenyan. Because you know why? You're going to find out much later on this show. And also, would you leave your husband if they happen to lose their job? Or would you leave your wife if she lost her job? That's the question for today. My name is Lilia Sigo. Enjoy the show.
Absolutely. Now, in the stories which are piping hot like my cuppa, oh, Lord have mercy, we have South African women that will be soon allowed to marry more than one man. This is called polyamory. We're going to get into that in a little bit. We have Kenyans on Twitter comparing Chiomio to Issa, and also I think I've seen Caesars as well, but mostly to Issa, and that has been trending the whole week almost. Since yesterday, I think. And then we have Akothee, who is the only Kenyan on the Forbes list of a top 15 really rich musicians. So let's get into that. You will hear a lot more about that and our opinions about her wealth. It's time for Hot Talk. Now, I have said this and I will say it again. I am officially considering very much to move to South Africa. And the reason is because the women of South Africa have decided that equality cannot be equality if some things are not put straight. So in South Africa, polygamy, which is men marrying more than one woman, is actually allowed. It's a practice that is not, frowned upon. Try that in Kenya, all the men shall be dead. But that's Kenya. So South Africans have been okay with having more than one wife. But then the women are like, kwani rights zetu zinaendanga wapi? Our rights have not left the group. And they have decided that they're going to vie and try and get the president to pass a bill that will allow for polyamory. Polyamory is a situation where a woman has more than one husband. So I'm just saying, a girl likes her man. I like my man tall, dark, and handsome. I like my men however they look. But if they come in twos, call me there. They don't even need a mkutano. Now the problem is, how do I convince my man to move with me to South Africa so we can have a whole situation? I don't know whether that's an allowed thing. And honestly, I know even now as he's watching this show, he's just going, girl, what are you talking about? Because it would never happen. But trust me, I will find a way. I'm trying now to start to have a PowerPoint presentation about why we should move to South Africa.
The African man has such a huge ego that I'm even shocked that this is something that they're trying to pass in South Africa of all places. You know what I mean? Even if you're able to pass and legalize this, I want to know how many South African men are going to be like, yeah, I'm her third husband, I'm her fourth husband, I'm the fifth husband. Like the fact that you'd have to find, it would be a really hard task to find a man who is willing to be the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth husband. And then at the same time, now, does that mean now the roles have changed? Now because I have multiple husbands, am I now taking care of those multiple men? You know what I mean? Is it now my duty to make sure that everybody is financially okay? Like, you know how in the Muslim culture and everything, or even in the African culture, when a man marries many wives, he has to take care of all of those wives. So now when you're the woman and you've married many men, because I can only see a situation where these are a bunch of little boys that want a sugar mommy and they're willing to be wife number 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the only way it's going to happen, because no successful no man that's like, the typical egotistical African man wants to be the second wife. And if you want him to take care of you, he is not going to be the second or third husband as well. So it sounds good in theory, just because there's a little bit of looseness in some people's DNA.
It is true, yeah.
But I don't think it can actually work out in real life.
It is true. Women want equality, but I had not thought about that. Like, am I going to now take care of my two husbands or not? Or are they now going to take care of me? And you know what? There's been this trend where people are asking for DNA tests. So now what's going to happen if I happen to leave my first husband? So is he like going to ask for DNA tests for all the kids, or what's going to happen? I do not know about that. But for me, I don't, I would want to have more than one husband.
Hallelujah.
Just to experiment, to go to experimental. And let me tell you, people are still doing this. It's not in the law, but ladies are dating more than one person. So what's the difference? The certificate, or having children, or their consent? What's the difference?
It's a whole lifelong agreement. Like, people are out here being loose, but like, can you imagine now? Like, okay, one man is hard enough.
No, one woman is hard
enough. Now imagine adding 2 or 3 or 4 of them. Maybe I can.
Me, all I want
women
to
are
know
more hectic than
is
men.
I just want to know, because it's sharing all the love, all the responsibilities. Just we're sharing everything, right?
Yeah.
So the part when your boyfriend decides that day he doesn't want to give her cuddles because it's too hot in that bed, he just moved on to the next one. As in, surely these are problems we can handle very quickly.
And also problems come double. Also.
Yeah.
It's fun, and also it has a flip side.
Right, fine. You make a good point.
And you know what, guys? If you've not been on Twitter, or if you're not on Twitter, you're missing out, because we do have a young artist called Trio Mio, who is being compared to the late Issa and Caesars. We don't know what happened to Caesars, but at least we know Issa is arrested. And guys are saying Trio is more talented, but comparing him with Issa is disrespectful. Why do you guys keep comparing Trio to Issa? If you're being honest, the only person he can touch thus far is Caesars. So they went on and on, guys went on and on commenting. If Trio reminds you of either Issa or Caesars, good for you, but that has nothing to do with who he is and becoming as an artist. He's just doing what he does best, being an artist. And I agree. We agreed on this show to not compare people. We should stop comparing people, because Issa was a legend, or he's still a legend. And Trio is just coming up, so we appreciate them differently. Instead of comparing them, let's appreciate Issa for who he is, and let's appreciate Trio for who he is and who he is becoming. But comparing is a no-no for me.
Yeah, I like what Nameless had to say about the situation, where he was basically went ahead and tweeted and said to Trio Mio, it's a good thing that everybody is comparing you to Issa. It's a great thing. It shows how well you are musically, how talented you are, the type of music that you're doing. You're being compared to onto the level of legends. I think it's a positive thing. And when you think about it, though, like, he is informed too. You know what I mean? This is not just a regular kid who has just been here for the longest. And even when you think about his lyrical content and everything, I was watching him do a freestyle, and we already know from the way we do interviews over here how many artists run away from freestyles. Okay, so it's very, very hard to get an artist to do a freestyle. And when he's willing to do a freestyle, he's like a legitimate lyricist. Like, he has bars and everything. And they just give him a beat, and he was just going and he was rhyming and it was making sense. And I was like, okay, this is good. This is great. I like this. I think he can really go far. Hopefully he just doesn't follow his brothers and sisters, Ochunglo family and sailors who have just disappeared off the face of the earth and we don't know where they've gone. But if he continues on the trend that he's on right now, I think he's gonna do really well.
You know, I honestly, I was very concerned about the fact that we like comparing that much. Yes, and I know that's the easiest human way of figuring it out, right? For you to be able to figure it out, you kind of need to have you have a picture in your head that you're trying to now match up to it. So that is a very human thing to try and compare. But he's a very young, talented artist. Like, he's doing the most, and he's doing it in the best way. You know, a lot of people come do that one song, they go back to high school, they forget about that. You know, it's a lot of, you're trying to keep up every time you come on for the holidays. But this kid is clearly trying to watch the best people, trying to learn how people do ciphers, and because that was more a cipher type rap, like freestyle, than it was anything else. I was impressed. I'm like, is this a new song this kid is saying? Because it was just like spot on. Everything was just like, yes. Now the only concern for me is like, is he going to, he has that very nice, sultry voice, yeah? What happens?
Sultry, really? I don't know
What
that's the word
happens
for
when
it.
he has the problems like Chris Brown? Remember when Chris Brown made that transition from me to being
When adolescents come
when
in,
adolescents
the
actually
bass.
hit. Not that he's not adolescent or he hasn't gone through it. We're just saying over time voices change.
Yeah.
So I just want to see how long he can do this and how well he can do this and how well he's going to take up these challenges as they're coming his way. Because him being compared to a big artist is a good thing, but let's just see him now being compared to now more international artists or people trying to put him in the league, not comparing him to, but putting him in the league of, as opposed to batting people's heads, putting him in the league of, by the way, this kid can be like, or is like,
Yeah, I think my only problem that I have with this thing is he's in Form 2. And he is running around everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, at the same time, like, it's so easy to focus on the music and then not finish high school.
Why do you go to school?
No, honestly, let's just be all the way honest. And looking at, we saw the list, we're about to talk about it, of the top Kenyan artists in Forbes, and there's only one over there. So don't lie to yourself until you're going to become a musician, and then you're going to make it big and be making money and everything. Because Forbes, ametuonyesha, it's not the case. So honestly, like, that's just my only thing that I have with it, because he is still a high school student, yet there's so much focus going into the music. You can see him doing brand deals and everything, that I just hope that actually just stay in school. Finish high school, stay in school, and then now afterwards you can continue on with that, Yeah, but let me know your thoughts. That can just be me over here being an old person. Let me know what you think. 0777672 is the WhatsApp number. But Akothee has decided to put all her naysayers, all her haters to the back burner with success, because the list for the top and most successful African artists has come out for Forbes magazine. Forbes magazine, not just any other magazine, okay? And Akothee has come out being number 15 and being estimated to be worth $10 million. $10 million. And the only thing that I found really interesting on this list, number one, she's the only Kenyan artist over here. Both either male or female, the only Kenyan artist. And there only seems, I would say also the only East African artist, but I see Bobby Wine over here at number 18 with 8 million. I got Diamond Platinums. And we thought that he was there very rich and wealthy, and I see a millionaire. So you only kwa hii list. I am very shocked.
He has a million followers, but not a million shillings.
Exactly. You know what?
Sorry.
Let's not hate. Let's not
Sorry.
hate. But I love how she was able to talk about it on her social media, where she said, Kenya, mtajitetea mkiwa upande gani, 40 looks like this. The richest in Africa. Hawajasema female, wamesema richest African. Umesikia hiyo. Kenyans, I will not agree. They will say even Bill Gates is not it's a rich person na hasemi, wewe ulijuaje. Ati watasema nimelipa Forbes. Anyway, I'm not Kenyan. They deported me a long time ago. They exchanged me with several artists they admire. They even gave me out together with my children and my dogs. Hey, shida ni Akothee tu ndio ako available, what I do. You know what? I love that, because yesterday when they're talking about it, see, people are there accusing her of being an Illuminati, doing sacrifices to the devil and all of these crazy accusations, but her success is what's speaking for it. And the one thing we can say about her music is very high quality. It actually has a good catchy beat and everything. And I don't know if she's making money solely from music or also from other business ventures, but $10 million, girl.
Let me tell you, Ringtone came up with his own list.
Of course.
Number one being himself, because he has 5 houses, he has a beach house, he owns apartments all over, he has 3 4-star hotels, a yacht, he's into wheat farming, avocado, whatnot, goats and sheep. And then he says number 2 is Diamond Platinums, and number 3 is now Akothee, who has only 3 houses in 3 counties.
Okay.
And then Eddie Kenzo, who has 1 house, and is it Jose Chameleon or Jose? Jose Chameleon has 1 house in Kampala.
Kwani, let me ask you, are we looking at riches in terms of how many houses you have?
Let me tell you, this is how you know someone has a problem. Like even processing information is a problem for you, sir. Sir, it is called assets and liabilities, all of that is put together for you to be able to ascertain someone's worth. So they might not be showing you all their houses because not everyone puts their money in houses. Don't be an idiot. Some people have money in stocks. Will you start going to telling someone, but they look at my stocks, this is what they're worth?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you can't tell that. But Forbes will go into it. They will look at your statements. They will look at all that. Like they go in ham, right? And so when you start saying things stupid like that, for example, oh, she only has one house, 3 houses. How do you
If being
know
number
about
3 is having one house, then I should be somewhere there.
right? Thank you. Let me not put myself in that league of Lily, but you know what? Yes.
But at least Akothee is doing her thing. Like, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
I was just like,
amazing,
girl,
yeah.
go off. You know, sometimes you don't need people, you don't need Kenyans to appreciate you. Let the world appreciate you. Now she's going towards the league of Elsa Majimbo, who's like, y'all Kenyans hate on me? That's your problem. Mini Coca Forbes there, in New York, Forbes where,
Exactly.
Forbes where. And this is the kind of level we need to get into. Also think about it. Think about it. Have you seen how many Nigerians are on this list?
It's like
It's
80%
like all of
Nigerian.
them are Nigerian, you know? And here's the question. Why can't the Kenyan music industry work the way the Nigerian music industry works? Because clearly they're doing something right and they're doing it so well that even Jadena, who used to be from the USA, is now legally a Nigerian. He's being listed as an African artist. How amazing is that?
Yeah.
Like people love being a Nigerian so much, or being in the Nigerian media industry so much, that they would rather leave their countries and come and present
But he is
themselves.
actually Nigerian.
Yeah, he is Nigerian. But like, where was he raised? I'm just fine. Anyway, congratulations to you. And as you see many more people moving into Africa, for example, Akan, who is now, he's not Rwandese, right?
He's
Congo.
always been from
Where is he from? He's from one of these African countries. Like he's legally
Senegal.
Senegal, yes. Senegalese. He has officially said he's Senegalese. So let's keep pushing. Let's keep trying. African artists in the music industry, please look at what Nigerians are doing. Look at what God is doing for Nigerians. Copy paste and pray to your God.
But Nigerians have investors, so that's the difference.
Private
Yeah.
investors.
Yeah,
Investors
what?
from where?
Yeah.
that's another story.
We don't have a.
That's
Even me, I
story.
want to
Even
be on
that
this
one
board.
story for
Yeah.
another day. my
Tell
goodness.
us, give us a summary.
Kenyan artists mostly, they struggle on their own.
Yeah.
They don't have people investing in their talent.
Okay.
So wanang'ang'ana. Hata Akothee kufika mahali amefika, it's her sweat. But you find some other countries, let me not be specific, they have people, rich people, billionaires who come in and like manage them, wanamwaga pesa, wanawashutia videos at 2 million, wanafanya nini. You tell a Kenyan artist, not even a Kenyan artist, tell those artists watoe pesa zao kwa mfuko washoot hiyo video ya 2 million. It's not possible.
True.
So someone else, a rich person has to come in, an investor, I invest kwa talent yako, and then akule pole pole.
True. Even
Rich men in Kenya.
Davido himself is number 5 and his father is a billionaire.
Yeah.
You would have
Rich
thought he
men
would
in
more.
Kenya. Look at what rich men in other countries are doing and invest in the music industry. If that's what you want us to say now.
Let me tell you, go ahead and let us know your thoughts about this whole situation, especially for Akothee and her making it to number 15 on the Forbes list. But right now, it's about that time for Peaks of the Week.
So, peaks of the week. We're always hating on artists. We're always hating on people and celebrities. Always talking smack about them, including Kabu Kabus. But here we are, praising you for the good things that you've done. And we shall start with none other than Mr. Bahati, the man with the white braids. He is doing very well. He's standing out in Africa like his braids, and he's standing out in a big way. He has won, or he's gotten a chance to perform in the African, The African Day Concert 2021. He's the only Kenyan artist who's actually going to be performing here. And he was so happy about it, he even said this, another win. Your boy Bahati is international now. The only Kenyan artist who is performing at the African Day Concert 2021 that is happening in the South Africa. Everyone is going to South Africa, but I'm telling you, it's a good seriousness. Anyway, he's saying that this will be, obviously will be one of the big people, the big performance, actually one of the big brands of music in Africa and the world are going to be hosting it. It's going to be on YouTube. Mr. Idris Alba, Mr. Tall, Dark and Handsome. Hey. He's going to be the host at this, and he's saying that he's very humbled to represent Kenya. I feel like it's amazing. Just, okay, don't do the white braids. Just, please. Not the white braids. But congratulations to you, Bahati. Keep pushing, keep winning for Kenya, for Africa, for your children. Just do your thing, man.
Yeah, it's actually really good when you think about
Yeah.
it, you know.
Yeah, say what you want about Bahati, but he is prayerful, and
He's a
he said
hustler.
this over and over again. So Waafrika tunasema mkono ya Mungu. So congratulations Bahati. Moving on to June Ruto, the daughter of William Samoei Ruto, is officially off the market. Ooh. She got engaged over the weekend to a Nigerian man. Huku Kathomi anatafuta mtu wa South Africa. Okay. Wanaenda Nigeria. So the mom was happy and congratulated her daughter and wished her well. She said, every mother's joy is to share life's family values, lessons and milestones with her daughter. My heartfelt congratulations, love and prayers to my daughter June on her new chapter. May God shine his light on your path. You come, kuja ushago kwetu uone mtoto akiolewa tu hivi. My goodness, ina make headlines hata kushinda kupata degree. But anyway, this is fantastic. It's amazing. It's a dream for every parent to marry off their child. So congratulations, June. Marriage is a beautiful thing.
You know, I was looking at those pictures. I've never felt so poor. Until when I saw those pictures, because this one is not showing you properly. People, you could just see elegance. You could see opulence. That's the right word to give it. You know, you could see wealth and all the fellow Kenyan leaders as well with their Nigerian attire and everything. You could see like the Nigerian swag was heavily influenced in that engagement that was happening. But I was just like, wow. Rich people really live a good life. But you know what? God, I see what you're doing for others. And we congratulate them so that even those blessings will come upon us as well.
Lord,
Cindy.
dear Lord.
Someone else who has some congratulations for us to go ahead and give to him is Larry Mado, who his career just keeps on soaring from length to length to length. Now, we already know that he was at BBC, where he was serving as the North American correspondent in Washington. But now he has moved on to bigger and greater heights. And he's now going to be at another international TV station, CNN, and he was basically going to be the Nairobi-based correspondent for that. And that's a really huge accomplishment for him. The fact that, first of all, he's being stolen from station to station and everything, that's already a really big accomplishment. And then now he's made it from Africa to the world, and then now coming back and being the African representative, the Kenyan representative to CNN. I think that's absolutely amazing, and he's showing a lot of us just how far your career can go. You know what I mean? True. The borders of Kenya is not the only place your career can go.
But I need to ask you, behind every successful man, finish the sentence.
Is a woman.
Is a strong woman.
Is he engaged? Is he in a relationship? And he's successful.
We don't know.
So success lies with you, not a man or a woman.
Oh wow! Okay, I see. I was super proud to see him on during the elections period, and he was on. He was actually on BBC, and he was doing an interview with like people when they were walking. You know, the voice vox pops.
Yeah.
So I was so proud. Like I saw him, and I'm just like, guys, it's Larry Mado. You know, it's just like it was so much pride. I was so happy to see him there with his amazing new accent. But we're just like, God, we see what you're doing for other people. Please do that for us as well. Congratulations, Larry. Keep doing what you're doing. And anyone who's at home sitting, imagine it could be you next.
That's right. Yeah, we're loving the feedback we're getting from you on our WhatsApp number 0777-672-230. I see Cynthia from Kericho saying, you are always amazing. Thank you, girl. I also see Mike from Kitengela saying, you look like that. I see the show is on fire. And then Balozi wa K-Town. Hey, it's been a long time. Balozi wa K-Town. But apparently he's only loving Kathomi. So I mean, I'm here missing you over here, but you're only loving Kathomi.
I pass the love. I share the love to you ladies.
And James Nyabera also saying how much he loves the show. And Aggie watching from Gong Road, the tea is hot.
Eman James from Mombasa, now Penda Bure. Yes, we love you too. I love your channel. South Africa is trending. Ladies in South Africa perhaps will need to have a duty roster so as to meet expectations of their multiple partners. Lily and Kathomi, please don't move to South Africa. Huko ni kubaya. Livingstone, thank you so much. Good evening, ladies. Lily the Lashes, thank you very much. Beautiful ladies. Lawrence Zawadi anasema, question to Ringtone is, if we count wealth in terms of houses, then we are all number 4. True. Because almost every Kenyan own a house. Hata kama ni ya kurent. Aki huyo kijana na maringo. Woi.
You see someone else saying, I don't think the list is 100% correct. Many artists do not reveal their wealth and so that they don't pay taxes. And this is actually a very practical situation. Not just artists, but people in general. Sauti Soul na calligraph. Huwa wanachomanga mahindi ama. Sorry. Sauti Soul and calligraph. Huwa wanachomanga mahindi ama. Mbona hawako kwa hizi lists, the richest Africans in Kenya? This is Evan James. Evan James, calm down. Like, again, as we've said, people don't like to be associated. Money is good. Wealth is better, but keep it to yourself.
No, I don't think so. But honestly, I think this list is really showing us that people like who we thought are the best and are doing all that amazing aren't doing that well.
It's
you
optics,
know,
yeah.
Because let me tell you, Forbes really looks into it all, and they dig and dig and dig. Even if you're there busy hiding your money so you don't pay taxes, that's the Kenyan government's problem. But Forbes would be able to find out this person has this much money, this person has this much money, and everything. So I think it's actually showing us a bigger problem within the Kenyan music industry.
Yes.
That people are not that successful.
Making it till you make it, apparently, seems to be the order of the day. But imagine there's nothing wrong with not being on this list. As long as you're living a wholly, fully satisfying life, that's the most important thing. You know, you're about to move to move to Karen and you're going to sleep hungry. My friend, don't be an idiot. Just be happy with your 10,000 shillings rent and everything. Let's just be happy. But yeah, Akothee has really, really shocked us all. She's really thrown us out of the water.
Yeah, we see Shadi from Jericho saying, you ladies look shining. Thank you very much. And also have someone else, Judy Peary, saying, Larry is our very own, very private and well-reserved man.
Absolutely.
All right, there. You can continue sending us in your messages on our WhatsApp number 0777672230. I especially want to know what do you think about Akothee being the only Kenyan on the list for Forbes. And if will you be willing to go ahead and have a second or third husband, my ladies? Let's show these Kenyan men, even in South Africa, we can go in the same trend as South Africa, you know? That's what I want to hear from you. Think about that as we go on a short commercial break, because when we come back, we're still talking about these men.
Ladies, we're on top. We're on top. Ladies, we're on top. We're on top.
Welcome back. You're still watching Let's Talk right here on Ebru TV. Nothing but weekend vibes over here because tomorrow is a holiday. We are going to be high-level energy the whole entire day today. And let me tell you, this next topic has got me heated because we are talking about something that seems to be turning into a trend over here in this Kenya of ours, and that is a house husband. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Let's discuss. It's time for Talk That Talk. We're going to start off with who is a house husband or what is a house husband. This seems to be like a general thing that we already know, but let me go ahead and let you know. This is basically a man that does the housekeeping, usually while his spouse or partner, most likely his wife, earns the family income, all right? And when you hear a house husband, it seems like it's such a foreign term, especially in the African context of having now your husband sitting at home and taking care of the household duties as the wife goes ahead and works. Do you think you would let yourself be in that situation where you are the one who is bringing home the bacon and your man is frying it?
Okay, let's just start from here. Disclaimer, I am a very progressive person. Like,
Yes.
I'd like to think that I take up a lot of, things with a very clear and level head. But knowing myself, it's the same beat. It is a struggle. Okay, I can bring home the bacon and everything, but like, you know how you start to look down upon someone?
Yeah.
I just have a natural problem when a man isn't becoming a man, when a man isn't the man I have pictured in my head.
I was about to say, because I think the problem is that we don't have the definition of a man is being seen as provider.
The one, not necessarily provider, but there's just, you can be working, but you can still do dishes. That's fine. You can be working and help me clean the house. That's fine. But when now all you do is sit down and I'm doing everything, it's in the same. It's because also in the same way I wouldn't see myself doing that. Like I don't think I would honest to God be a housewife.
You know,
It's
so many
difficult.
housewives will tell you they don't just sit around and do nothing.
No, I'm not saying that. Okay, let's just come back to, hey, are you trying to put me in trouble? I'm saying it's difficult for me to be the typical image we have in our heads of a housewife.
Yeah.
A housewife who's just staying at home, cleaning, cooking, taking care of everything. House management is a huge role. It's a lot of responsibility, and that's why we delegate it to other people, because you can't do it on your own. Honestly, it's a lot. But the fact that I'm just staying home, like I don't have an actual source of income other than you, my husband, or my boyfriend, that becomes a problem for me. I like my independence, my financial independence. Atakama, it's my 10K coming into my account. That is mine. It's my money. It has come into my account. Therefore, it gives me some level of knowing, I can go and buy drinks for Kina Yuma. It's fine.
So Katome has decided she doesn't want a house husband. Lily?
I have been a housewife, and I understand what it takes to be a house whatever. Whether he's a house help, a house husband, a housewife, I understand perfectly well. It's not an easy job. So for me, I wouldn't do it like it wouldn't be intentional, but maybe circumstances can lead to that. And if it's the circumstances which leads to that, then it is okay. I'm okay with that. But I won't like sit down and say, okay, hubby, stay at home, I'll take care of you and I'll take care of the house. Because not every housewife is a housewife by choice. Some husbands don't want their wives to go working because wanaona watanyang'anywa sijui job, atenda sijui afanye nini. So they're like, baby, just stay here, I'll take care of everything, na.
Yeah.
But for me, not by choice, but circumstance, ikilid, that's okay. But in the US, it's very fine. In Kenya, utambo umekaliwa, chapati. That's the problem.
What about you, Ayuma?
To be all the way honest, right? If I was put in a situation where, now let me say the opposite before I now talk about house husbands. If I was to be a housewife, yeah, and not just like only like right now, like with not being a mother, let me say a housewife who's also a mother, yeah, because that's a whole nother level of work and everything that goes into it. I would be okay doing that. I would be okay having my life about, I'm raising my children, I'm taking care of the house, I'm taking care of my husband. Every once in a while I hang out with my friends and whatever, and that's just my life, and I'm fulfilled and life is great, you know? And I would expect my husband to understand how much work that I'm going into raising our children, cleaning up the house and making sure everything is okay, making sure things are in order. Like I would expect him to realize how much work I'm doing. Now, if I was now the reverse, having a house husband, the only way I would see myself being okay with having a house husband is if I was extremely wealthy. And you know, there's those situations where you are extremely wealthy. Like for example, the situation where we had, what's her name? The one who was dating that guy, she unfortunately passed away. And he was like, people were saying he was a beach boy, dreads.
Annalisa's sister.
Annalisa's sister, Tekra,
yeah,
the
Tekra,
guy.
yeah,
Okay,
Tekra.
for that type of situation, if you think about it, when you're in your 30s and you're already in the multi millions of the world, yeah, there are not many men that can reach on that level. If I love this man over here and he is there with his 1,000 bob, but me, I'm really doing well and everything, then I'd be willing to do it. You stay home, take care of us, take care of the house, take care of the children, take care of everybody, because I have more than enough money to take care of everything.
But you see,
if-
having like 1,000 bob is not a house husband.
Okay, even
when he doesn't.
with him having nothing,
He has nothing.
he
You're
has
taking care of
exactly. I'm
everything.
taking care of everything, but
You're
like
giving him an allowance.
I'm taking care of everything.
Giving him an allowance because he has to go out with his friends.
Even me, I'm not getting an allowance. Me, I just
No,
ask for money
he
and
wants
then
a
money
car.
comes.
He wants a car.
Even me, I
Honey,
don't have
you're
a
buying. That's the thing. But you're in the multi-millionaires. So if
Imagine
you
I would
want,
do it,
you
though.
do it.
I would do
he's
it, though.
literally basically what you would expect from your husband.
Yes.
Were you a housewife?
Yes.
If it is salt in that house that is being bought,
Yeah.
that husband is buying the salt.
Yes.
In
Yeah.
fact, something as a basic as water in the house for drinking, that husband is the one buying. So in the same way, you're translating to a house husband. This man has no source of income except for you.
It's okay. If I truly love him, and like I said, I'm talking about a stance where I am making a lot of money. I am extremely wealthy. I'm not just sitting over here with my katu shillings. You know what I mean? I would be okay because I love the person. And all that matters to me is the love and the love bubble that we're sitting in and everything. And how much I love him and I want to take care of him. And he's taking care of our kids and he's taking care of the house. So I'll be okay.
What
with
if you're
it.
taking care of him and he's not taking care of the house?
Then he's
Would you
not a
do
house
both?
husband. You cannot be a house husband if you're not doing the house duties.
There are some who don't do.
I
Wanakwambia,
can't.
"Hey, you're young."
Yeah, yeah.
No.
He's like, okay, fine, you take care of the money.
Yeah,
like you're financially responsible and figuring out everything. So you're delegating the whole.
No.
Hey,
I can't, and I think that's why, like, when you think about the opposite way, why I have, like, why sometimes my partner will get upset and annoyed with me if he's the one who's bringing money and helping out with situations, and at the same time I'm there busy still looking at him, and hey, what do you want for dinner? What are we eating for dinner? Oh, okay, so your shirt is torn, and it's like, see, you could have just bought me that shirt when you went for shop. You know what I mean? When you're there asking for extra things over there, I say, guys, see, there's dishes in the sink, like looking at him like, you need to help me 50-50. No, like everyone has to have their role. So in the same way, I would expect him to do his part.
I feel like it requires a lot of intense communication, a lot of very honest communication, because you might think you're doing the best for him, but in actual sense, you're probably not.
Yeah.
Like in that particular case where I threw for you an allowance over there, had you thought about the allowance? No, you had not. It is not new information that you didn't think you would have to, and there are small things just like that. He's like, babe, I need a new car. You have your multi-millions. What is wrong with getting me a new Range Rover? Like,
It's okay.
what's the but you haven't thought about that practically and literally to the point where you're like, okay, so I am honestly probably giving this man an allowance of $1 million plus. Don't forget, just because he's a house husband doesn't mean he won't cheat.
Me, I'm not
but the
taking care of
thing
someone
is,
who's cheating
but
on
the
me.
thing is,
No.
cheating
That's
can
another
happen
thing.
in any relationship.
But this is the African society. We are
No.
okay. You forgive
okay?
your man. If he cheats on you, it's happening. It happens.
He's a man.
We forgive. That's what men do. But that man, being a house husband or not, he's still gonna cheat.
So are we saying that because now when a man is bringing home the money, then he can cheat and run the streets?
No,
But now
no, but
no,
we're telling
that's not
you.
what we're
But
saying.
now that he's poor,
She's trying to put us in trouble. She's trying to put us
he
in trouble.
better not even try to cheat on you.
No, that's not what we're saying.
What we are saying
We're telling you
is
the
they
man
can make
is the
matters
same.
worse by
The man
cheating.
is the same. Just because he's a house husband doesn't make him an actual woman.
Then why are you choosing a cheating man?
That's the thing. You don't know he's cheating until he cheats. Does anyone know? You wake up and go, oh, my husband's a cheater. And he's my house husband. I'm going to take care of him still. It's crazy.
I think that brings us to a whole other thing of like, because the way I'm here busy arguing it about it, because I'm always seeing it in a stance of what I would want to be done for me. If I'm there busy saying I want a brand new car and then the roles are reversed, so I understand why he wants a brand new car as well. So let's take it as like, do you think now modern feminism has turned men into house husbands? And without saying that we want to do the same thing that men can do, and we want to have equal rights, and we want to have equal, well, this is what technically equal would be. True. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think that in this day and age, I feel like it's the thing is it's not turned men into house husbands. It's just given them that chance to be able to choose that if it was their desire. Like you can't force someone into doing something, but if they want to become a house husband, then now they have the ability, and it feels more freeing and more palatable for you to become a house husband. Think about it 10 years ago. Would you have even fathomed this as an actual conversation? No. But now we're talking about it, and now it's becoming a thing that you are allowed to do or is acceptable by the society.
Right.
So if you want to be a house husband, then you can choose to be a house husband.
Yeah,
You're
and
not forced into it.
Yeah, and Kitambo, the men used to have money, women used to stay home and take care of the kids. But roles have been reversed, such that a woman these days can go to work and still take care of the children. So if you come into my life and find me independent, utapika mayai, utapika chai, and you'll take care of the kids. Failure to which you will go.
Hey!
a girl to has spoken.
So like, and that just like brings us to the whole thing of like how now this whole new era of independent women, working class women, and them not being able to now find somebody on their same level. So now you have to now change things and now be more willing to accept a house husband, or not necessarily even a house husband, but accept being now the one who's taking care of your partner. Yeah, because we're talking about even the whole situation for Kalechi Mumo, yeah, and how like the young boys that are now coming up to her don't understand how much work she's put into her, just for her to live the life that she's living, and they now expect for her to be sharing that wealth with them. But you're dating somebody that doesn't have that. Like, so are we now becoming too successful and our male counterparts aren't able to catch up?
We are focusing more on our careers and everything else, forgetting that a relationship is equally important because we have needs, such that now you not waste time, but you focus so much on these other things, and then you get to 45. In this day and age, please, niambie a 45-year-old man who is single. It is hard to find. So nani wamebaki? The 20-something and 31 and 32. So you're kind of forced to date these people. It's either you date them and take care of them or become a second, a third, or a fourth wife.
And even that second or third wife, no one wants you at 45 as a second wife.
So
I think we need to change, like as we're changing some aspects of our lives as women, we need to change all of it, because there are some things which also, we need to start looking at it like, okay, and I keep bringing this up. Why is it sexy for a guy to have white hair, but a woman having white hair, you're starting to go, shosho? Why is that a thing? Why is it the guy also being called a shosho? He might be looking good, you know, he's all muscles and everything, but he still is 45. So why not looking at a woman who's in that same age, looks that good as a woman, not a shosho? You know, it's that mentality of the same way we change the mentality of men have to be the providers. It's the same way we need to change that mentality of older women aren't attractive, or older women are missing something, or there's so many things about older women that is actually desirable. First of all, their experience in every aspect. I'm just like, that girl knows
They have
what she
the
knows.
money.
They have money, so they're not depending on you. You're not always complaining the way, she's calling me to buy her salt, surely.
And then they know
Surely.
exactly what they want.
And they know exactly what they want. So if they're coming for you, trust me, they want you. So that's the thing. As we're changing the trajectory of house husbands and all of these things, let's also change the mindset of looking at women. Women at whatever age, if you're attractive, you're attractive. Let's stop making women look shushus.
And I also think that women, and now as we're there on like our career path and working our way to the top, we can't just focus on that solely. You know what I mean?
Right now,
I know we're saying unfortunately that's the case, but honestly that's not the case. You don't only have to focus only solely on your career and then let everything else fall to the wayside. And then now once you have that, everything else, now you're trying to pick up the pieces later on in life. Men don't do that. They're still able to get wives. They're still able to get children. They're still able to do all these other things.
Men at 50, bado wako kwa market.
Thank you.
Women at 50, trust me, at a biological clock, ukiza utakuwa tuna complications, nini. So let's not compete with the men.
We have to be like we want to be feminists, but we also have to understand that we have differences, and it's okay. It still makes us who we are and like what makes us special about each other. I can see all your messages over here on our WhatsApp number L777-672-2230. Someone here is saying, no way, I can't have more than one husband. If the first marriage fails, then it's better to concentrate on myself and be happy. Okay, sawa. We also have somebody else over here now on the house husband topic. A house husband in our society is not realistic. Like how does a man sit and wait for a woman to feed him?
That's the thing. It's the mentality.
We also have someone else over here saying about the whole issue. A house husband is good because he will take care of everything. The topic is so sweet.
Okay. We see you. Keep the messages coming. Both are great, but it's wrong to put the same name in the same sentence. That was about Isa. House husband, if I provide everything in the house, then he should do the screaming and the
Doing their bedroom duties.
The bedroom duties, including the sounds provided within that particular scenario. Utamu wa ndoa ni kelele, Anyway, Maggie, Maggie, what do you think about this matter of house husbands? I'm actually asking you. House husband, it's good when a wife is not at home and he does the work. So now you're hiding. What you're saying is you're hiding. Your wife has to go away all the time for you to clean and cook and stuff. That's crazy. But anyway, keep the messages coming. What do you think about this house husbands and housewives and all these things? I want to know from you. 0777-672-230.
And for me, I want to play a game with you. So if you are home, kindly get a piece of paper and a pen because you're going to answer these questions with us. So up next is game. So I have some two things over here, which I'm going to read. And then you're going to tell me whether you're going to trust him or check him.
Okay.
At home, Miss Kia, trust him or check him. Okay. Number one, your fiancé goes out and comes back home with a lipstick on his shirt. And when you question him, he says he was at his sister's place. Remember, they haven't seen each other for a long time. And they embraced each other. Like he was at his sister's place and they embraced each other. Normal sibling misment. Do you trust him or check him?
What kind of house are these until they get to know the Sir, you better check yourself before you wreck me and this marriage. No.
Me, I would trust him because, like, you know, like I've actually been in that situation where, like, I've literally seen my boyfriend hug somebody else, and lipstick literally was there on the side of his
so
neck.
Stop hugging.
You know how you do that? They hug and then
people.
mwah, 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 you know, that type of thing. I literally saw with my own eyes. I was just like, if you would have come home and I
was it
didn't
the
see
sister,
the hug, it wasn't the sister.
Thank you.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
The sister is different.
But maybe
Stop
the sister
hugging.
is. You
Stop
know.
hugging women with the makeup. At least now we're wearing masks, so you're safe. But stop hugging women. For me, I would check him.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You at home, what would you do? Let us know on 0777-672-230. Number two, your fiancé wakes up in the middle of the night to answer a text from a close friend. And the text says, hey, honey, if you are still up, can you give me a call? I really need to talk to someone right now. And his response to you is, honey, we have been friends with her since college, and she's going through a tough breakup. Check him. Mimi na check. Why are they texting you late? Don't they know you're married?
The problem number one, why haven't you put boundaries? There's so many boundary issues in this conversation. I don't even know where to begin. Because how the hell, what has condemned her, possessed her to be able to do this? It means it's something that they've done before, and it is something that they will keep doing. So you better check yourself, sir. You're not about to ruin my night's sleep. Mi nataka kulala saa tisa. Wait.
And when you're married, fiance, whatever, you're in a serious relationship. If you're a woman, now you're supposed to be the wife's friend or the fiance's
Thank you.
friend.
We're best friends.
You don't
by
text
force.
my husband at night. I'm a woman, I can answer you better.
Oh.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would definitely check him though. As much as like I'm very liberal when it comes to certain things, my whole thing is, Kwani, why did you need this advice in the middle of the night?
Thank you.
You couldn't have waited until the morning to go ahead and ask him for this advice as you're going through your difficult time. That's the thing that annoys me so much. She's going through a difficult time. She's going through a difficult time. It's like, let her go talk to her mother. Let her go talk to her sister. Find somebody else to talk to in the middle of the night and not mom.
Call
Yeah,
the
so I'm going to read the last two.
I don't care.
I'm going to read the last two, then you'll answer all of them at once. Your husband still maintains friendship with the ex. Do you trust him or check him? You go visit your boyfriend and find another woman wearing your pajamas. He introduced her as his sister. Do you trust him or check him?
Have I never met his sisters before?
That's the question.
Ha.
That is a question. You're trying to tell me I
Yeah.
don't know your siblings so much that some...
No
Also,
one is
your
allowed to
sister
wear
has
my
showed
pajamas.
up to a house without you letting me know. Boundary issues. I keep telling you, these are things we should need. Me, someone is coming to our house. Sorry, you better tell me a week in advance. I ain't got
Yeah.
time. I ain't got time.
And
But if I just
pajamas are
show
so
up,
private. Why wearing my pajamas? It's like wearing my, you know?
Underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that one for I'd see the sister wearing your pajamas, that one is a complete problem. Check him. But the one for your exes being a friend, you just accept. What is the other one? Trust him. It's a trust thing. Because
I mean,
I
none
know
of the
many people
above.
that have exes.
Me, I don't.
No, just
I
me.
trust you. I just don't trust them. That's the problem.
So you
knowing
trust him?
knowing women,
But aren't you friends with a certain ex or two?
no.
You're lying.
But
You're
let me
lying.
ask you. Let me ask you. If he goes back to the ex, what's new? They've done everything. So unagopa nini, it's the same. And go.
They decide he wants to marry the ex now.
Wow.
You've been left for Mata.
Oh, 777-672-230 is the WhatsApp number. I want to go through some of these messages as quickly as possible. Wow, guy, hey, maybe I need to drink some water. And madam, as a man, I can't share love. Only one wife, okay? Someone here said, check him, trust him. You have to tell us which one you were talking about, you know? We also have someone else over here saying, Mimi siwezi kuwa wanaume. More than one is also against the word of God. Okay, sawa sawa. We also have somebody else over here saying, mbona ana text usiku kwani hujui akona wife. Exactly. Very important questions over here being asked. If you've ever been in these situations, you know, these are hypotheticals, but this happens in people's everyday lives. Let us know. The WhatsApp number is still available, but unfortunately, it's about that time where we have to say goodbye. And the biggest takeaway that I can get from this whole house husband issue is have communication with your partner. Let them know what are your boundaries, what are your expectations from them, and vice versa. You can't go wrong from there. But for now, it's your girl, Ayuma Kaguli, Ayuma_Kaguli on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Honestly, if we don't learn anything else from our conversations, learn how to communicate with your partner, your friends. Just communicate with the people around you, because it saves you so much problems, so much heartache, so much drama. I'm just saying, if anything else slips, communication should be the key. So yeah, I am agreeing with Ayuma in this particular case. My name is Kathomi on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, but mostly on Instagram. DM me, let's talk.
Be scared of the new girl because there is so much to explore. My name is Lily Asigo. Thank you so much for watching the show.
Bye.